By popular demand, let's get into some Mexican soccer picks this week in Liga MX. It's the Clausura entering some of the final weeks of the season in week 14 of 17 here. Now this week in my Liga MX predictions for this weekend, I put together one 3-game parlay. Now we have to consider that some of these teams, some of the top teams have already been playing this week in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and they'll also be playing in leg 2 of the quarterfinals next week as well. So I'm going to steer well clear of those teams, and those are some of the big teams in the league. If anything, it might be a chance to bet against them perhaps. If we look at those teams and how they played in the Champions Cup, Tigres drew 1-1 in Columbus, Club America 4-0 in New England, and Monterrey won 2-1 in Miami. So there'll be a quick turnaround playing leg 2 next week. Let's start in this parlay. I got one game from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On Friday, it's Mazatlan and Pumas at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's 14th place Mazatlan with 12 points, hosting 11th Pumas with 17 points. It's Mazatlan, though, coming off a win. They have 2 wins in 4 games, while Pumas are now winless in 5 games, having drawn 0-0 with Cruz Azul last week to go with a 3-0 loss, a 3-3 draw, a 3-0 loss, and a 3-1 loss in their games prior. That means it's 3 goals allowed in 4 of their last 5 games for a total of 12 goals allowed in 5 games. Pumas have been dreadful on the road at 0-2-4. They've been outscored 14-4, but it goes back way further, and they're actually winless in 10 straight road games and have just 2 wins in 16. If we look back further than just this Clausura season, they've conceded in 14 of those 16 road games as well. Mazatlan's season certainly has not been good, but they are 3-2-3 in their past 8, and 2 of those losses came away to Monterrey and Tigres. They've only lost 1 of 6 home games of late, and that was back in January. Since that time, their home games have been 2-2, a 2-0 win, 2-2, a 2-1 win, a 2-0 win. So 2 goals now they've scored in 5 straight games at home. So the offense is picking up there. It was 0-0 in July, but the meetings prior to that were 2-1 for Pumas, 1-1, 1-1, 2-2, and 3-0 Pumas. In this game, at home, I think Mazatlan can at least get 1 goal. Let's kick off the parlay. Mazatlan to score. Going in Saturday, it's Leon and Queretaro. It's April 6th, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Both are just mid-pack in the table, both with 20 points. Queretaro with 8th, Leon 9th, but each are riding 3-game winning streaks coming into this game. For Queretaro, those are 3-2, 1-0, and 2-1 wins. Prior to that, they had lost 1-0, and also have wins of 4-1 and 2-0 before that loss. So it is 5 wins in 6 for them. For Leon, they have 3 straight 2-1 wins, a 1-1 draw, and a 1-0 win in their recent games. So they're undefeated in 5 and have just 1 loss in their last 6. They've scored in 7 straight, as well as in 12 of 13. It was 1-1 in September in the last meeting, and there's been 2 or more goals in 9 of the past 10 between them. Queretaro games average 2.7 goals per match, but they are 11-2 to simply over 1.5, and there have been 2 or more goals in 11 of their past 13 games. Meanwhile, Leon's games average 3.2 goals per match. They're 10-3 to over 1.5, and there's been 2 or more goals in 10 of 13 of their games. This could be a both teams to score, or simply an over 1.5 in the parlay. And we'll round it out with Toluca and Atlas on Sunday, April 7th, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's 3rd place Toluca, the league's highest scorers with 28 goals, who are tied alongside Pachuca, hosting 15th place Atlas. But it's the home road form that's really worth considering here as well. Toluca are an undefeated 6-0-0 at home, where they've outscored their opponents 16-3. Atlas are 0-2-3 on the road. They've been outscored 11-7. They have drawn, though, back-to-back road games, 2-2, and even 1-1 with Tigres. But their last 2 games have been a 3-2 and 2-1 home loss. Despite grabbing a few points with draws, Atlas are winless in 8, 0, 3, and 5. They've allowed multiple goals in 4 straight games, allowing 3, 2, 2, and 5 goals. They also have just 2 wins in their past 21 Liga MX games. Toluca beat Pachuca 3-2 on the road in their last game. They're now undefeated in 7 games with 5 wins in their last 6. There are only 2 losses in 15 games in all competitions, and that was a 3-2 Champions Cup loss at home to Herediano and a 3-2 road loss to Chivas in the Liga MX. In those 15 games, they've scored multiple goals 12 times. Atlas will have some confidence, though, playing against this opponent, as the last 2 meetings have both ended 0-0. Both of those, though, did come at home. This time they'll be on the road. The last game they played in Toluca was won 3-2 by Toluca. Before that, though, Atlas won 4-2 in Toluca. So, like I said, they will have some confidence knowing they've played decent games against Toluca of late. But with this being on the road, Toluca being such high scores, I think they could easily score 2, probably win this game. This is the last leg of the parlay as well, so if you're betting on a book that has a cash out option or an early payout, if Toluca gets up early, you could get that early win. If you're at a book like Bet365, or if you're cashing out, just watch those odds and maybe take the cash out if Toluca does go up early or late. For me in this parlay, I think you can go Toluca to win or over 1.5. Let's go Toluca win. So Toluca to win, Leon and Queretaro over 1.5, Mazatlan to score. That would come in at plus 126 odds over at Caesars Sportsbook. Now, how do you see the Clausura going this weekend? Drop your picks down there in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more soccer picks this weekend, which can be found right up there in another video. And good luck this weekend.